guys, side note, I never really realized just how much my day consists of. So I go to school 2 times out of the week. I work out 3 to 4 times a week. I study, it depends on my mood, maybe 2 to 3 times a week. And I now have Spanish classes 2 times a week. Oh, and I work 5 times a week, if I didn't say that already. I say all that to say, rarely got time for relaxation. Let's just put it that way. Anyways, let me use this time to say hello, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you guys are. And I hope you guys are doing amazing. Welcome to another video. This video is going to be a little different. I am going to the gym right now. I don't know if it's obvious. Yeah, I could kind of wear this headband anywhere. But I'm going to the gym. I had my Spanish class today, by the way. Today's my 2nd session with her, and I'm learning, you know, the adjectives, the nouns, lo, las, la, el, and etc., etc. So I'm learning the basics. You know, Spanish is not my native tongue, so it's gonna be hard, but I want to do it. I do want to learn. Anyways, I'm on my way to the gym. Today will be my 2nd day of the week at the gym. And today earlier when I was at work, I was just reminded of exactly why I can't do the whole working for someone's company. I can't do it. It's not in me. I've known that for over 10 years, to be completely honest with myself. I've known it. I did not have the means, and still don't right now, to start my own things. And then at that time I was trying to figure myself out. I was doing the music thing, etc., etc. I'm pretty sure I said this in other videos. I think my last one, if I'm not mistaken. Long story short, let me give y'all a little spiel. So, for those of y'all who don't know, I am a HR assistant. I said that I would never get an HR assistant job again after I left my last one, because I see exactly what HR assistant is. You're pretty much just doing the work that the manager doesn't want to do, can't do, or won't do. And I'm part-time, so I work 8 to 12, or I could work 12 to 4, but I don't want to exercise that schedule, because 8 to 4, I'm not trying to be meeting traffic and my day is gone, and nah, I'd rather just suck it up and do the 8 to 12. So, needless to say, I came into work at 8 a.m. I don't have the liberty to have the key with me, so I could just go into my office, or the office. It's not my office. It's my manager's office, actually. I just borrow it whenever he's not in town. But anyway, so needless to say, I gotta grab the keys from someone else. I went to the room to grab the keys. Excuse me. Long story short, me and the lady started chatting about some serious things, and we made it kind of like lighthearted. I did not notice how much time had passed, but apparently a lot of time had passed. So I was supposed to start at 8. I came to work at 8. I just did not start work at 8. And I take some responsibility for what I'm about to tell you. So me and her went over on our talking point, 35 minutes to be exact. My manager texts me. I feel like that is just another way for him to see if I'm there on time. He said good morning like he usually do via chat. I did not write back in time because I was talking with my coworker. So he texts me at 8:12. This is like 12 minutes after I was supposed to start. 12 minutes, right? Hey, are you in the office? At this time, I didn't check my phone. I felt it vibrating in my pocket, but I was just talking to her. After I went back to the office at 8:35, I saw that he messaged me at 8:12. So mind you guys, 12 minutes passed and he was already pretty much panicking, like, are you in the office? So I told him, I said, yes, I've been in the office. I was just chatting with such and such. And he wrote back and he said 40 minutes with a question mark. And I said, I guess, I guess time just slipped away from me. We were talking about, a health issue, as if that really mattered. I just wanted to give it a little bit of context without saying everything. And he said, he wrote back and he was like, that's 25% of your productivity or something like that. He made it a point to put a percentile in there. He was like, I don't mind you chatting with the coworkers, just be mindful of the time, right? He's right. He's a manager. That's what he is hired to do, manage. So I don't fault him for that. I don't. This has nothing to do with him because that's what he's supposed to do. I mean, what am I, to expect? That's what he's supposed to do. However, what that did to someone like me, who I have expressed to you guys how I do not like working for companies for several reasons. When he said that, all that did was evoke the emotions. All that did was evoke emotions that I try so hard to suppress in the working field. Which is, this is the reason why, one of the reasons why I do not like working for other people's companies. Because you always have somebody to check in with. They want to know what you're doing, when you did it, how you did it, why you didn't do this, why are you wearing these shoes, which is actually one of the things, but it's because it's a construction site, so I get that. But the point that I'm making is, you'll always have somebody hovered over your shoulders. You would, if I had my own business, sure as hell I'm not going to go broke because 35 minutes was not accounted for. And to play devil's advocate, I could have been in the bathroom taking a shit for 35 minutes, because yes, that is possible. Then what would you have said? What would you have said? So, and just to add some context, he did tell me when I got hired on, mind you, I'm through an agency. When I got hired on, that he doesn't like to micromanage. What happened today, I do feel like that's micromanaging, what happened today. I could understand if he would have texted me like at 8:35, like, hey, where are you? He texted me 12 minutes after my shift is supposed to start. And then remember, I tell you, he always make it a point to say good morning, 7:59, no later than 8:05. And I think that's just another way for him to check on me to see if I'm in the office, what time I got in the office. That's just how I feel. That's the energy that I get every time that he does that. Mind you, he also randomly do video calls. And for a few times, actually. He didn't do it today. I think he did it yesterday. But the point that I'm making is, with the video calls, I be waiting to hear something that I could not hear via text, because we chat for everything, from majority of everything. So I'm like, dude, you couldn't have just chatted me this. And he'll sporadically, he don't even give me a heads up. He just sporadically calls and say, hey, how you doing? Oh, so what you doing? What are you working on right now? Or he'll say, oh, I just want you to do this and do that. And it's like, you couldn't have texted me that. Like, you couldn't have texted me this, chatted me this. This is definitely some chat-worthy information. I think that's another way for him to try to micromanage me. So I don't buy it when he says that he's not a micromanager. He may not be very intentional with it, more obvious with it. But for me, it's more like a kind of sneaky micromanaging. Like, I know what you're trying to do. You call me without even giving me a heads up, just to say things that you honestly could chat me about. There's nothing that I have to show you necessarily on the screen. You just want to see if I'm in that room. You want to see if I'm working. Let's just call a spade a spade. That's what I believe he's doing. And today, honestly, sealed the deal for me when he texted me 12 minutes after my shift was supposed to start, asking me, am I in the office? Like, dude, what happened to a 10-minute grace period? Mind you, I was not where I was supposed to be. I was in the office, but I was chatting with my coworker. But damn, it just reiterates. It just evokes some emotions out of me that I tried so hard to suppress until I can get out of the situation. which is, this is why I don't like working for companies, because you always gotta check in with people, tell them what you're doing, how, as a grown-ass woman. It did make me feel some kind of way for a good while, maybe like an hour, 2 hours tops, because I am the type of person where if something bothers me, I do hold on to it for a little bit, but I eventually let it go. And I chatted with my sister and, you know, let her know. And while she understood where I was coming from, she said, well, Sierra, this is how it is in the corporate world. They are going to check up on you all the time. You know, that's just what, it is what it is. Like I said, y'all, he is an HR manager, so it's his duty to manage. I'm not mad at him. It's not personal. All he did, quite honestly, was confirm for me exactly why I don't like working for people. I'm back again. Because of the stuff like this. Like, it's just annoying, to say the very least. Like, how much shit could I have possibly gotten done in 35 minutes? How much? What? 2 tasks? Maybe 3, depending on the severity of it. I just, it's way bigger than my company that I work for. It's way bigger than that. I know working for these companies bring me no fulfillment. It doesn't. I cannot pass on such and such company to my offspring if I so choose. I cannot come in 10 minutes late and not have to answer to every Tom, Dick, and Harry why I'm 10 minutes late. Not to say that I do not faithfully come in late at all. I came in late yesterday because I was having car issues, and I let him know ahead of time because life do happen. But I do make it a point to always come on time, because that's your reputation. I take that very seriously. But today I just got a little carried away with the coworker chatting, but again, it has nothing to do with him. He's doing his job. It just brought up these emotions that I've carried with me for over 10 plus years of why I don't like working with these companies, for these companies. I much rather have my own shit, so that if I'm late to my own damn job, I'm not gonna have to answer to nobody. You know, I could take a vacation whenever I choose. I could wear open-toe sandals if I choose. You know, you have say over your shit. You don't have say over somebody else's. And that's the reality of it. So that was just my little spiel. I made it to the gym, and I'm about to head in, get me a little workout in. Y'all, I cannot stand cardio, but I'm doing it because I'm trying to shed some fat. So I want to, you know, burn a little bit of calories. Let me put this in there because I got to go somewhere tomorrow for school to get my badge, because we're having clinical rotations again. We had no break, in case you didn't know. It's 0 break. The next break we're going to have is spring break, and that's late next month, April 27th to be exact. But yeah, anyways, that was my spiel. Hey, this is just, I guess, the diary of a nursing student who wishes to God that she will be a nurse already and save her coins so that she can open her own shit. That's the goal here, guys. For me, it's never been my goal to stay at any company for long periods of time, because I've tried it. I really have. What I'm saying to y'all, as far as me not liking the corporate world, and it's mainly based off because of me having 0 fulfillment, has nothing to do with working for somebody. It has everything to do with not being happy. And I believe that everybody deserves happiness. So hey, just like they say college isn't for everybody, working for someone isn't for everybody. And that's just Sierra. That's me. I've noticed that, or I confirmed that with myself when I was 22 years old, like 9-10 years ago. That is when I knew without a shadow of a doubt, because by then I've had maybe 5 jobs. And I was wondering, why am I not happy at either of these jobs? Why can't I just do what my mom is doing, what my dad is doing? You know what I'm saying? What the older folks are doing. And it finally hit me, which is because God don't want you here. God don't want you behind some desk. God don't want you working. You don't have to be behind a desk. God don't want you working for somebody else. And what made it easier for me is all the stuff that comes with it. Working for somebody else and all the BS that you have to put up with, and just the irritating aspects of it. So y'all, if this is not a sign, I hope that I help somebody. I'm just pouring out my heart today because that's what happened earlier. And again, I take full responsibility for not being logged on when I was supposed to. I did not intend on having such a lengthy conversation with my coworker. It just happened. And we were talking about something honestly pretty serious. But I just didn't want to jolt out. I wasn't looking at my time. Again, I felt my phone vibrating, but I wasn't putting two and two together, honestly. But again, it's bigger than the job. It's just a confirmation that I need to get my own shit. Like, that's it. Sierra, you need to get your own stuff so that you don't have to be succumbed to having to answer, why are you not working for 30 minutes? You know what I'm saying? Little shit like that. No. Especially for somebody like me who don't like working for nobody, and I'm working for somebody so that I can eventually not have to. Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet until you could do better. And now that I got my mind right and, I'm on a more intentional path here, that's why I got to do what I got to do. I'm not going to stay at that job forever. I think he knows that too. And I'm not going to stay in nursing forever. I just need to get my nursing coins so that I can get my own. Like, life is for the living, y'all. And we shouldn't overcomplicate it. We really shouldn't. Anyway, let me get my workout in, y'all. I'll be back later. Bye.